Joe Carter, you were running well, then you hit the wall hard. What happened?
Apparently right front tire blew going in the first turn, and it caused the car to quit steering, and I hit the fence pretty hard and then rode it clear around to almost the back straightaway.
You're here in the pit, so you're apparently all right. Is there any damage we can't see?
No, as far as I can tell, I'm fine. A little bruised, maybe it hit pretty hard, but the car held up pretty good. It took the whole right side off of it, but it held up good enough in the cockpit area that I wasn't injured at all.
It looked like you were running well. Was the car handling properly?
We made a change on the last yellow when I made my second stop, and the car was handling real well. I passed quite a few cars, and the car felt extremely well. I thought we could have maybe had a good finish.
Well, Pancho Carter, we're glad you're all right. We hope the car isn't damaged too badly.
Thank you.
His half-brother is also out of the race, Johnny Parsons. Larry Cannon went out with a broken gear shifter. Gilhousen is out with engine problems. Tom Bagley is out with turbo problems. Mike Mosley is retired from the race. And as you saw right there, that was Pancho Carter. Carter fans, it's not a good day. Gilhousen is out with engine problems. Tom Bagley is out with turbo problems. Mike Mosley is retired from the race. And as you saw right there, that was Pancho Carter. Carter fans, it's not a good day. Car number 8 out of competition. In the back straightaway, Rick Mears, number 7, making his move as they go into turn number 3. Rutherford has dropped back. John Rutherford falling away a position here as they come up into turn 4, and they come around to complete the 62nd lap. As they do, A.J. Foyt is in front, but he can't close on the 6th place car just in front of him, Unser. Second is Mears. Running right behind Mears is Tom Sneva's car. That second of the Penske PC automobiles is actually 4 laps down, but they've made the repairs and it's running well, and he's trying to gain back some time and stay up in the point standings in the National Fracas.
There goes Tom right back by Rick.
Tom Sneva just passing Rick Mears, who was the 2nd place driver, but Sneva, who just passed him, is running 4 laps down. A.J. Foyt coming into turn number 4. McElreath comes by running very slowly, about 70 miles an hour across the start-finish line as we complete the 63rd lap. And Foyt cannot close in the leader. Tom Sneva is about to take a lap back. Going into turn number 1, Sneva with a Penske car closing on the Foyt Coyote. He is 4 laps down. At turn 2, he is now 3 laps down. Sneva really turns it up, cranks it in. Here's A.J. Foyt running side by side with him. Super Tech struts his stuff into turn 3.
A.J. cranked up some also.
Side by side once again. And we have a car running slowly on the back straightaway. It could be Mears. Side by side. Still coming down into the straightaway. That's amazing running on this very bumpy track. A.J. leading by 4 laps. It looks like a battle for the lead. They just won't give up out there. Mears has come to a halt down in turn number 3. Rick Mears has come to a halt. His teammate Sneva running side by side for the last 2 laps with A.J. Foyt. Rick Mears, who was out for his 3rd win of the season, having trouble and has dropped down to the inside. I don't think he's going to make it back to the pits, which would bring out perhaps the 3rd caution of the day. Coming around, Bobby Unser going beneath him into turn number 1 is Sneva, who is now running 3 laps down from the leader, A.J. Foyt. And there is Rick Mears trying,
I think you're right about the
to gallop this car back.
That should bring out another yellow.
That would be the 3rd caution of the day. Real rash yellow fever out here in this Texas 200-mile USAC championship car race today.
This would enable Tom and Bobby to regain that lap. If they can stay ahead of AJ.
Yellow is out. Caution is on the track. They race to the line. And this will give Bobby Unser a chance to circulate all the way around the track and rejoin the leaders. Foyt could not contain him. We're just getting a report on Talladega. Remember, that's coming up. You're going to see highlights of the Talladega 500 2 weeks from this past Saturday. It's the 19th of August. Along with the Travers, there's Rick Mears' car coming to a halt. So we hope he'll be with us. A great race weekend. Let's go to Paul Page down in the pits. He has a report on the problems of the Penske cars.
Well, Jim McGee, the crew chief on the Penske machine, is talking with Rick Mears on the two-way radio. Rick Mears reported that something is wrong in the gearbox. They don't know what it is. They don't know if it will keep him out of the race, but at the moment it doesn't look good.
Thank you, Paul. Here is a bulletin from Talladega, Alabama. Lenny Pond in the Rainier Oldsmobile has just won his first Grand National race. Lenny Pond of Ettrick, Virginia has scored his first victory, and you'll see that upcoming on CBS 2 weeks this past Saturday, along with the Travers. Here are the standings. Here are the Texas 200. A.J. Foyt is in front. John Cock now shot 67 laps completed here in this 100-lap event at College Station, Texas. With Dan Gurney and Paul Page, I'm Ken Squire. There are 8 cars remaining on the track, 9 cars at the present time with 1 on pit road. A.J. Foyt is commanding, and there is the Rick Mears car back into the garage area, and Rick climbing out of the machine. Rick Mears getting out in car number 7. Boy, he's given it a good shot this year. 2 wins, and he's only driven a limited schedule this year. His contract was to drive the races in which Mario Andretti would not appear. Mario, of course, moving toward that Austrian and then the Dutch Grand Prix and the Italian Grand Prix, could wrap it all up. He could pull it all together here and give the United States its first World Formula One championship since Phil Hill did it back in your day, kid.
Cut it out.
How are you going to feel if Mario Andretti pulls it off, Daniel?
Well, I feel he certainly deserves it. He's a great champion, and I'm all for him. Great racer.
Looks like we're going to green. Getting set for resumption of this event with A.J. Foyt out in front. Boy, it'd be something if he can win here in Texas. They love him down here. I think everybody in the motorsports world likes this guy. You can't beat him for determination, and you talk about true grit. You could give John Wayne lessons.
Don't ever count him out.
Coming down the line, he's dropping onto the pit road. There's going to be another lap, and A.J. is going to give up that first place. Paul Page standing by down there. We'll try to get a report from him as A.J. is back in another time. Dick Simon is also pitting car number 17. Field is completing the 69th lap. That's something over at Talladega, with Lenny Pond winning the first race of his career on a track where dark horses win. That's the 10th different winner, and again, David Hobbs and Brock Yates and yours truly will bring you the action from there in highlight form 2 weeks this past Saturday, along with the Travers. What a day that's going to be. If Aladar meets affirmed, and the following day we'll be in Milwaukee for live coverage of the United States Auto Club Championship car race there. Great weekend for racing enthusiasts, whether it's 4-footed or 4-wheeled. Back straightaway, John Cock again has the lead. Cannon is out, Gilhousen is out, Bagley is away, Mike Mosley is out, Carter, Mears, George Snyder, Saldana running very slowly. McElreath in the back of the field has had to slow down and just barely creep around out here, condition he doesn't like to be in. Field back up in turn number 3. Pace car is pulling away, and we should have a start this time. When they come down by to complete the 70th lap, they should be under green. A.J. is back on the course and with the field in the tail end, and number 20, Gordon Johncock, will have first place with Johnny Rutherford in second. Rutherford in the second position. I believe Steve Krisloff would be third. A.J. Foyt will be in fourth as they go to turn 1. That bump is down on the inside of number 1, and though you can't see it on the screen, it will wrench the steering wheel. Unser, Bobby Unser pitting. Car number 48, the Gurney car is in. Your stomach just drop out there, fella? That's got to hurt, Dan. Engine has died on the machine. John Cock is in the lead. Here's Gordon Johncock in front. 71st lap, about to be committed to the record book by this sensational driver out of the Hastings, Michigan area. Those modifieds up at Oswego, New York, now out of Arizona. Tough, gritty little driver who has been the spokesman in this 4-cylinder versus V8 battle for the 4-cylinder people. Johncock in the back straightaway.
Gordy has already won 2 races so far this year.
There's Unser taking off the helmet, and for this day it will not be a victory. It's been some time since Bobby Unser has tasted victory, and of course many of us hoping it will come to him very, very soon. The Eagle not flying today for Bobby Unser. A.J. Foyt screaming around Wally Dullenbach as he drops to the bottom of the track, and Dullenbach wants to run with him into turn number 1. A.J. wants another shot at those leaders. o'clock Eastern Time tonight, CBS News will have a special report on the death of Pope Paul. That's 8 o'clock tonight on CBS. Leadership coming up for perhaps a change. Car number 20, John Cock, is in front. The change will not be a major one. It will be Steva trying to get a lap back and move up to be only 2 laps down from the leader. And it looks like he may be able to pull it off. Rutherford is second. Krisselhoff is third. AJ is running fourth. Wally Dallenbach is in fifth. We'll return with more live action from the Texas 200 right after. Gordon Johncock with 2 victories this season will not win number 3. He's in the pits, walking away from the race car. Gordon Johncock retiring late in the race. 75 laps completed, just 25 laps to go, and A.J. Foyt has retaken the lead. A.J. has retaken the lead. Rutherford is in second, and Tom Steva is again pitting car number 1. They were making up time, making up laps, then it's all gone away. Paul Page has a report on what happened to Bobby Unser.
Well, Dan, or Bobby Unser, I think Dan Gurney is upstairs, would like to know what happened.
Well, something broke inside the transmission, and it just got stuck in second gear and wouldn't come out. But that's what caused us to drop out. But USAC just came up with a new rule that you've got to have a board out there that says pit or you can't come in under the yellow. And it's the most stupid and ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. I run out of fuel, make my own penalty from that, and then they sent me down another lap because I ran out of fuel. And I think it's so ridiculous. I think we're sitting there running, you know, $150,000 cars and acting like a bunch of babies. I'm just thoroughly disgusted with it.
Is there anything that you as a driver think you can do about it?
No, there's nothing I can do as a driver. It's just, it makes some of these rules haphazard. Their intentions are good, they just don't give any thought to it.
Bobby Unser not very happy with his finish today. His finish is with a broken car.
The happiest he's been all weekend was about his nephew's victory in a sprint car. He was more excited than Al Unser about Al Unser Jr. winning the other night. He was just exuberant about it. But he's not happy, as you can see right there. He's pretty unhappy, Daniel.
Ken, I'm sure that a new rule is even difficult to keep it in mind, much less agree with it.
Here's A.J. Foyt running in first place. Johnny Rutherford is in second. Steve Krisselhoff is in third position with 21 laps remaining in the event. Those are the front 3. Back the field comes into turn number 4 and down to the line. A.J. Foyt has the advantage. Putting a watch on to see what the variance is. It's about 3. They're putting a time on the leader now. It's about 3.5 seconds between first and second place as A.J. Foyt tries to pull away from the field here and score a victory in this United States Auto Club Champ Car race.
Ken, I'd guess at about 3 seconds.
This hasn't been one of A.J.'s all-time best seasons, but he's still well up in the hunt in the national standings. Remember, this is a 2-mile track as you watch the seconds tick away. The man who has just won race after race, no one can come close to his mark. 36 4/10 seconds, 197.802 mile-an-hour average for Foyt for 1 lap late in the going.
That's very fast at this point in the race, Ken.
7 cars left on the track at the present time. 7 machines left, and the heat in this track has really taken its toll, Dan.
It looks at the moment like Super Tex is pulling away from Lone Star JR. The 2 Texans leading the Texas World Speedway.
The sweep for the Texans, the way it's going right now, and the interval continues to build up. You can see between the red car and the white car with the lap car in between. That's Joe Saldano, who's had an off again, on again, Finnegan kind of afternoon. He's back out there and trying to stay with the program, but it's all AJ's to talk about right now.
The attrition here today, extremely high dropout rate.
Looking for his 60th. Unbelievable. Remember now the man in second, Mario Andretti, or rather Al Unser, with 34 victories. I think earlier we might have said 35 Al Unser. It's 34 victories for Al Unser and 32 for Mario Andretti as they come around. And we're getting an actual clocking on interval now between Foyt running in the first position. And here comes to the line Rutherford. It's now 5 seconds as A.J. Foyt continues to pull away. A report on Gordon Johncock. Here's Paul.